Good evening, everybody, and welcome to WCONA Live, the Writers' Conference of Northern Appalachia's virtual reading series. I'm Dr. Damian Dressick, coming to you from Northern Appalachia, and my co-host, Christina Fasonic. How are you tonight, Christina?
I am also appearing in Northern Appalachia, though I could be lying about it, but I'm not. I'm here in Wheeling. I am doing very well. This summery early November weather is getting me through the tough stuff. So glad to see the sunshine. How about you? Did you go outside today?
I not only did I go outside, I drove for hours with the top down on my car.
Oh my goodness, jealous, totally jealous.
You.
You might get a tan.
Well, let's not get carried away. All right, so we are super excited. We've got not one, we got two readers for each night. We are celebrating Pittsburgh's own Low Ghost Press. We've got two authors from Low Ghost who just had books come out. We could not be more excited to be supporting this local publisher. We've been trying to get the readers from this publisher to a wider audience. We're super excited about it. So we've got Taylor Grieshober and we've got
Bart Solarczyk.
Right.
I've been practicing.
Yeah, Bart Solarczyk. So we're super excited about that. We're going to start off with short story writer Taylor Grieshober. She is the author of Off Days, which came out from Low Ghost in 2019. Her most recent story was awarded third place in the Masters Review Winter Short Story Contest, judged by Kimberly King Parsons. Her other work has appeared in Hobart and Gulf. She holds an MFA from Oregon State University. She lives in Pittsburgh, where she is a high school fiction teacher. So let's bring Taylor on.
Hi. Welcome. Hi, Christina. Hi, Damian. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm so excited to be here.
We're so excited to have you.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to read a little bit from the title story of my collection, which is called Off Days. This story, only thing you really need to know is that the story is told in vignettes. So it's told in very short bursts. You'll follow the same narrator the whole time. And I think you'll be able to catch on without any more context.
Excellent. Well, let's disappear and let you do the thing you're going to do.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Burger fever. I tried to get a job at Salt of the Earth, the most expensive restaurant in town, but only got a call back from a burger joint. The manager hired me on the spot. Burger fever was popular. So popular, in fact, I couldn't leave the house without being recognized. Well-meaning people said, "Don't I know you from somewhere?" when passing by on the street or standing behind me in a grocery line. If a person were a regular, I'd recite their usual order. You like it bloody as hell. There was a regular who called me good and nice and tipped poorly. She brought a different man with her each time, openly resenting them. She ordered their meals for them, coddled them, said of the Cajun burger, "It's a little spicy, be adventurous." The cook and I had this running joke that she was a serial killer. We imagined her bumping off the schlubs after dinner, hanging their deflating corpses like sundresses in her closet. Winter. The cook knew one thing about me besides my name, and that was that I was eligible for Birthright Israel for another year. He brought Manischewitz to my housewarming. I felt this was an adequate joke. We spent December on MDMA, listening, sorry about my cat, listening to Kate Bush, draped over the couch like sweaters. I wasn't pretty enough to take to Salt of the Earth, and so we ate a lot of Chinese. Another fortune read, "Desire, like the atom, is explosive with creative force." It seemed the work never ended. I didn't care that he smelled like the fryer. I didn't care that he smelled like blood, but it did start to bother me that the shifts were indiscernible from my home life. There I was, 2 highball glasses of whiskey in hand, serving them to some guy on my couch. No. The cook wore this wolf fang around his neck, and every time we fucked, it stabbed me in the forehead and left a mark. Once we fucked in his car before our shift, and when I came in, my boss asked me, who did I think I was? Gwen Stefani? I looked in the mirror. The mark looked like a bindi. The next night, I asked the cook to take the fang off. He said, no. It was childish, sure, but I liked the way he said it. It meant exactly what it sounded like. They always say it's not personal, and it always is. But who will I kiss at midnight? I asked him. I don't know. Kiss your cat, said the cook. I watched Scream most nights to fall asleep. I drifted off to the fervent shrieking of Tatum, played by a blonde Rose McGowan, as she, trapped inside the doggy flap of a garage door, ascended to her electrical end. Some things never change, like the odd things that comfort us, or the 2-cent worries that keep us up all night. New Year. Mackenzie called to say this girl we knew from high school was missing, but more than likely she was dead. Her car was found on fire in a field somewhere. The worst part? People back home still thought she'd turn up alive, not broken and blue. Mackenzie said, you don't light a car on fire unless there's trouble in it. Shit's getting crazy back home, I said. She said, yeah, but this was in Tennessee. I asked if they found the girl's teeth. Mackenzie said, what for? Hoglogs. I quit Burger Fever because I couldn't stand to watch the cook grip and prod raw meat anymore. I found work at a fancy hot dog restaurant. The hot dogs were $7 without ketchup. The staff called them hoglogs. When friends asked what we did for work, we told them we slogged hoglogs all day. We didn't get a shift meal, only half off. I flirted with the cooks so they'd make me whatever I wanted, usually hoglogs with the works. And I'd go off to the ladies' room, stand in the stall, and devour them. I got pretty fast at it. I probably could have placed in a hot dog eating contest. Placed, not won. Zest. Not long after I got my job, I was fired. Not because I stole hoglogs, but because I wasn't zesty enough. I stared somewhere above my boss's head, a dominance technique I'd read about, and imagined myself a juiceless lemon bobbing in a glass of ice water. Donegal gas station. There was a man with dentures hanging out of his mouth, like wax teeth on Halloween. He pushed them out with his tongue and sucked them back in again. And just like that, I was homesick. I wasn't regressing per se, but I was thinking an awful lot about adolescence. Like how I learned about sex from 2 movies, Fear and Species. I fantasized about having orgasms on roller coasters with dangerous older men and killing them afterwards. One day I looked around. It seemed everyone was falling apart, not just me. The hairdresser could barely stand. She was 8 months pregnant. She wheezed and sniffled, said it was the bleach. The barista was sick again. She sneezed into the espresso and grounds covered the counter like fresh earth. The doctor was obese and had a limp. She said it wasn't a hematoma on my leg, just a fracture that didn't heal right. She said, if you really want me to, I can run an x-ray. But honestly, there'll probably just be a lump on your leg forever. A productive day. I cut the tags out of all of my underwear and modeled them for myself in the mirror. I liked what I saw. I pulled my underwear up high and rolled an oversized Jägermeister t-shirt to expose my midriff. I called it Trashy Claudia Schiffer. Thank you.
That was so great. You're muted, Damien.
Thank you.
All I was saying was I'm speechless, so it was okay. That was great. That was so wonderful.
Oh, that was so fun, wasn't it?
Yes, if I have a New Year's Eve party, I'm inviting you to read short fiction.
Thank you.
It is just what lovely work.
Thank you.
The dentures falling out of his mouth, making you homesick. I was like, I can actually see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you've heard of Donegal, Pennsylvania, it's
yeah, been there many times.
Yeah, it's there. It's all there. It's all real.
Well, it's a little spicy. Be adventurous. That was so fun.
When people out, go on.
No, the cat coming in was the best
Yeah, sorry about that. That's my cat, Sweet Potato. She gets really upset when she's not getting attention when I'm in the room. So
I had to lock my door for that reason. But if you hear any clang, 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 it's one of my cats. But
yeah.
Sorry, Damien.
That's what you're telling people.
That's what I'm telling people. Yeah, could be a guy with his dentures hanging out.
When people ask me what my plans are on like some random evening, I'm just going to say bumping off the schlubs. I'll eventually give you credit on that, but I'm just going to use it as conversation moving forward. Bumping off the schlubs.
Yeah, schlubs.
It's Tuesday. Really bumping off the schlubs.
Without ketchup. So fun.
It may be based on a real hot dog restaurant in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
that's very expensive. Yeah.
Place, not one. Love that. That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Taylor.
Thank you.
All right. Are we ready for Bart?
I think we are.
All right. I'm gonna pull us front and center and tell us about Bart.
Okay, so our next writer is Bart Solarczyk. He lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with his daughter, his dog, and his cat. So we might see another cat. His poems have recently appeared in Big Hammer, Live Nude Poems, Rasputin, Wine Drunk Sidewalk, and River Dog. He appears in GAS number 3, a gypsy art show video that can be viewed on YouTube, reading 5 of his poems. His book, Tilted World, is available from Logos Press and on Amazon. So let's bring Bart on. Hello, Bart.
Hello. Thanks for having me, and great job, Taylor. Taylor's book launch was a really cool event.
I suspect, yeah.
It was a sincerely cool event. I felt like a really hip old man. So it was like
that's awesome. Well,
get off those roller coasters, Bart. It's going to end badly.
Yeah. I was thinking mortal danger.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to let you do your thing, and we'll be back on to talk with you at the end.
All righty. Well, most of my poetry is pretty short, so we'll just run through a few here.
Sounds great.
Okay. I grew up on Pittsburgh South Side. I attended Catholic school, St. Adalbert's Southside Catholic High School. This goes back to elementary school, 3rd grade. This is called Miracle on 14th Street. The sun broke like a bloody egg. We watched through pinprick eyes. Sister Peter saw the Blessed Virgin. I saw everything they didn't want me to. This is a poem from one of my favorite writers who, I guess, really kind of had a sad life. This is called A Sad Little Poem About a Big Life. Jack Kerouac sat in his pajamas, chugging Schlitz malt liquor and Johnny Walker Red. It began with the word. He rolled it fast. Then the word bit back. So he watched TV with his mother and drank and drank and drank until he died. I wrote this next poem for my wife many years ago when she was sick and laying on the sofa. Unfortunately, she passed away this past April 6th. So I've been dealing with that and have a lot of poems for her, but I think I'm just going to read this one. Maybe another, we'll see. But this is called Blue Blanket. She's sick and sleeping on the sofa, wrapped in a big blue blanket. We will never be children again. Blue blankets can never be the sky. Something I like to do in my backyard. This is Backyard Benediction. Folded in sheets of blue sky breeze, staked to this patch of brown dirt, as a Buddha-breasted robin sings a so long sundown song, I light this pipe and settle into shadows. Dogs and men. The day ends hard. Dogs and men grow stiff against their sheets. The women have worked too. Still, they tuck us in and forgive us for not dancing. This is a poem from one of my brother-in-laws in Massachusetts, Norris Rousseau. It's called Boxes for Norris. Everything's a process, small leaps from box to box. Eventually, the big box of eternity. Sometimes I like to write, I write haiku, and sometimes I like to string them together, see how, if I think they have a theme or something, and these were all written on Saturday. So it's called Some Saturday Haiku. Parked in the Target lot, 60 years old, waiting for the weed man. Puffs of morning green, the fog lifts, my path now clear. Fish thaw in fountain pool, dog and I watch through thin ice. Roxy runs with half a wiffle ball, then drops it to sniff a neighbor's ass. Whenever I read that poem at readings, my wife would ask me to clarify that Roxy was our dog and not one of our children. So I figured I'd add that. A couple of more. Gravity anchors our dreams. If it all had been different, it would still end the same. Kindness leveled off, love ladled in small portions. The meaning of a man, the give and the big take. His salt collar, his good dogs run away. The last mushroom. Mothmen smack the windows as our satellite dies. Let's untie the kids and go bowling. And I'm going to close with the title poem, Tilted World. For every pair of mismatched socks, there's a blind man happy to oblige. For every sock lost in the dryer, there's a weary amputee. I walk in peace. I mean no harm. Still, the crow shits on my head. Such exquisite balance requires a tilted world. Thank you.
Thank you, Bart. These were lovely poems. I'm still trying to come right and get right with that last image.
I love the imagery. Sorry, Damian, I didn't mean to talk over you there. No, I really love the imagery, especially the Buddha-breasted robin. That really stood out to me. And the idea of wives forgiving their men for not dancing. I love that. I get that a lot. I understand that. It was very good.
Would. A lot of women do. I have a healthy respect for women.
Yes. That was nice. It was good.
Good, thank you.
Damien, do you have anything to add?
Oh, well, I remember, Bart, when I was reading your collection, like I said, Chris Collins was nice enough to send us some recent releases from Logos Press, and I was reading your collection. One of the lines that jumped out at me that it stuck with me, and then like I was really glad to hear you read it again. We can never be children again. I thought it's like there's something. It's so simple, but so like yeah, you can carry that around for a couple of weeks, and it won't let you do too much.
Thank you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think you can capture a lot in a few words, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's bring Taylor back. Yes. I should have announced that before I actually brought you.
I was.
Yeah, it's like, oh goodness, you could have been, not ready to be back. But we'd like to thank you guys both so much for coming on WCONA Live tonight and
Thank
for
you.
sharing your wonderful work.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
having
having
us.
Yes, it was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
You were both fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
I
so
feel like
much.
I got out of the house. I feel like
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I put
Yeah, I mean,
gonna go to the office, gonna actually dress for the first time in days. So
Well, you look great. Mm-hmm.
thanks. You too, Bart. Great beard, like I said.
Thanks. I'm glad you like it.
Great beard, better poems.
Thank you.
All right. Well, remember, support Logos Press. It's really wonderful to have a publisher in Pittsburgh like Logos, bringing giving writers an avenue to get their work out there and in the hands of the people. So we really want to encourage our whoever is watching to support Logos Press. Thanks again, Taylor and Bart. We're going to let you guys venture forth into the night.
Cool.
And bump off some schlubs.
Bump options. Thank you.
And then we have coming up next week, we have podcasters from Clarion University. We have Mark Sanko and also Jeffrey Diamond from Clarion University, their podcast. So we're excited to talk to them.
yes, there is their podcast. It's the one about the wilds, right?
Yes, the PA Wilds.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun, I think, having them on and hearing what they have to say. A little different than things that we've done in the past on our show. So
yeah, it's a brand new exciting day. All right, thanks everybody. Have a great night.
thank you all. Bye, everybody.